Told you to make a movie someday. Huh?
Oh my god.
Well, if you're watching this tape, it means, as I feared, I did not survive these killings here at Windsor College. And that giving up my virginity to Karen Kolchak at the video store was probably not a good idea.
Karen Kolchak?
Yes, Karen Kolchak.
Creepy Karen?
Shut up! She's a sweet person, okay? We were working late, we were putting away some videos in the porno section, and, you know, shit happens.
Open the door, Randy!
15 minutes.
My room too!
Paul, 15 minutes, I'm leaving my legacy.
15 minutes, Paul!
Damn! Anyway, the reason I'm here is to help you so that my death will not be in vain. That my life's work will help save some other poor soul from getting mutilated. If this killer does come back, and he's for real, there are a few things that you gotta remember. Is this simply another sequel? Well, if it is, same rules apply. But here's the critical thing. If you find yourself dealing with an unexpected backstory and a preponderance of exposition, then the sequel rules do not apply. Because you are not dealing with a sequel. You are dealing with the concluding chapter of a trilogy. That's right. It's a rarity in the horror field, but it does exist. And it is a force to be reckoned with. Because true trilogies are all about going back to the beginning and discovering something that wasn't true from the get-go. Godfather, Jedi, all revealed something that we thought was true that wasn't true. So if it is a trilogy you are dealing with, here are some super trilogy rules. 1, you gotta kill him who's gonna be superhuman. Stabbing him won't work, shooting him won't work. Basically in the third one you gotta cryogenically freeze his head, decapitate him, or blow him up. Number 2, anyone including the main character can die. This means you, Sid. I'm sorry. It's the final chapter. It could be fucking Reservoir Dogs by the time this thing is through. Number 3, the past will come back to bite you in the ass. Whatever you think you know about the past, forget it. The past is not at rest. Any sins you think were committed in the past are about to break out and destroy you. So in closing, let me say, good luck, Godspeed, and for some of you, I'll see you soon. Because the rules say some of you ain't gonna make it. I didn't. Not if you're watching this tape.
Thank you. You be careful. Somebody folks with me.
You be careful too, Sid. Bye, dearie. Come visit us soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to you with another film review of the Scream series. And this time we're moving on to the third film of the bunch. Scream 3. So with this one, I didn't go see it in theaters. I just waited for it to come out, and then I think I rented it. Don't remember where I rented it. It might have been Blockbuster. But the point is, watched it, and it was cool. But I remember when the film came out, everybody kept saying there's 3 killers in Scream 1. There's 3 killers in Scream 1. The one thing I remember about this film is people kept saying there's 3 killers in Scream 1. One of them didn't get caught. That's the person in the third film. And I was just like, what the heck? And it got me really intrigued. So when I finally watched the film, I was just like glued to the screen. I was really enjoying it. And It was entertaining. I did it. When I look back on it now, I liked 3 better than 2 because of my favorite character, Randy, being killed. I was pissed off about that. However, now when I look at it, I felt 1 and 2 are in their own category almost, and then you would have 3. The problem with 3... Excuse me. Remember to cut that off. The problem with 3, looking back on it now and then doing some research and finding out a couple things, is 3 came after Columbine, and apparently the studio and a lot of studios were trying to be a lot more cautious about gore and horror and shit because they felt like they wanted to set a precedent for what's too much. But I look at it like, what the hell does a school shooting have to do with a horror film? And people say, well, that's a lot. And I'm just like, well, if you want to, if we're going to censor this, let's censor every little fucking thing too. Seriously. Let's do everything, since you want to just blame one situation, blame one type of music, or blame one type of film genre. Let's not stop there. Let's do everything. It's bullshit. So that affected the film. Also, there was a lot of scheduling conflicts, apparently. That's why Neve Campbell wasn't really in the film as much. Of course, when I watched the film, I felt she was just had a good amount of time. Especially for bringing her back into the film the way they did it, I didn't see a problem. I didn't feel like she wasn't really part of the film. I felt like she was a good part of the film, a good portion. She may not have been interacting with all the other characters as much at first, but I didn't see a problem with it. As far as the villain was cool. Very shocking. And it all came full circle. Definitely. When you look at Scream 1, 2, and 3. However, the thing that was lacking with this film, besides having some funny cameos from certain people of the movie industry, I felt that the cast that they had in the film, the actors that were supposed to be playing the stab characters, they were just like there. They didn't have any. They didn't really have any thing. They were just there to get killed. Not all of them got killed per se, but outside of 2, the rest of them were just throwaway, which was disappointing. I do wish Tori Spelling had been in the film, and the people that they said had been casted for the first Stab movie. It would have been cool if they were in this film and had gotten killed off. I really would have liked that. However, like my wife was saying, maybe it was a situation with how much financing they could utilize for the film and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? But it would have been cool. I really would have liked that. As far as my rating for the film, I give it an 8 out of 10 yes sirs. Because outside of that, it was still fun, it was still entertaining, and the whole mystery behind the killer and what was going on, I thoroughly still enjoyed it. And then my favorite character, Randy, makes a cameo, so it was cool to see him again, even if though, he's not in the film. I would say also, this film kind of give just a little bit, elements or hints of Hollyweird and how the industry can be towards both genders. I thought that was very fascinating, even though most people say, well, that's common. But for me, that the dark side of Hollywood is not. I always just like to watch the movies. I don't always want to know the behind the scenes because that takes away the magic of the film. It's just me. Other people, depends on who it is. And I will say that there was little elements of pointing that out to say that, I've heard the term get thrown around, casting couches or something like that. That's very prevalent, and it was mentioned in here. They didn't call it casting couch, but now that I know the definition, that's pretty much what happened. So, yeah. So, that being said, if you saw 1 and 2, and if you just want to kind of come full circle with the trilogy at this point, because of course there is a 4 and a 5 now. But if you just wanted to come full circle with the trilogy, definitely watch it. Is it as memorable as 1 and 2? It has its moments. I don't think it's as memorable as 1 and 2, but it's still fun. I still enjoyed it. I will say that much. So that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.